Software engineers can earn around $165,000 per year in 2026. That is the number you see in headlines, but the reality is more layered. The top salaries exist, the middle is crowded, and the entry level is far more competitive than most people expect. This is the full breakdown, salary breakdown. At the entry level, software engineers in the United States typically earn between $75,000 and $100,000 per year. The range depends heavily on location, company size, and technical stack. Large tech firms may offer higher starting compensation, but competition for those roles is intense. Smaller companies may offer less, but provide broader exposure and faster responsibility growth. Many entry-level engineers underestimate how much business impact influences salary progression. Early compensation reflects risk tolerance from the employer. The less proof of production experience you have, the lower that initial leverage tends to be. Mid-level software engineers, usually with 3 to 5 years of experience, often fall into the $110,000 to $140,000 range. At this stage, compensation increases because impact increases. Engineers are expected to ship features independently, review code, optimize performance, and contribute to architecture decisions. Reliability and consistency matter more than raw talent. Mid-level engineers are often measured by how little supervision they require and how effectively they reduce friction inside teams. Senior software engineers can reach $150,000 to $165,000 or more. In certain markets and top-tier companies, total compensation can exceed that number when bonuses and equity are included. But that is not the median outcome. It represents the upper segment of experienced engineers who consistently deliver value, mentor others, and influence system-level decisions. Market demand. Software engineering remains one of the most stable technical careers in 2026. Every digital product requires engineers. Web platforms, mobile apps, enterprise systems, automation tools, AI infrastructure, cybersecurity products, and cloud services all depend on software development. That baseline demand creates structural stability. However, hiring dynamics have changed. Companies are no longer expanding engineering teams at the pace seen during aggressive growth cycles. Hiring is more measured. Employers prioritize engineers who can contribute quickly, understand production systems, and maintain existing code bases effectively. The emphasis has shifted from expansion to optimization. Competition level. Software engineering is one of the most saturated entry points into technology. University graduates, bootcamp participants, and self-taught developers all compete for junior roles. The availability of learning resources has lowered the barrier to entry, but it has also increased the number of applicants. Companies filter aggressively. They look for portfolio depth, internship experience, open source contributions, and practical understanding of system design. Companies are no longer impressed by surface familiarity with programming languages alone. They want engineers who can reason about performance bottlenecks, scalability constraints, data integrity, and long-term maintainability. Demonstrated problem-solving ability and production experience are far more valuable than theoretical exposure. Junior reality. Many aspiring engineers focus on salary projections before understanding the early-stage grind. Entry-level roles often involve maintaining legacy systems, fixing bugs, writing tests, and handling incremental feature updates. It is not glamorous work, it is foundational work. That foundation is what allows progression into higher-paying responsibilities. Growth in compensation comes from accumulated reliability. Engineers who consistently deliver, improve system performance, reduce technical debt, and support team velocity become candidates for promotion. That progression takes time. It also requires communication skills, not just coding ability. Long-term outlook. Software engineering as a discipline is not disappearing. In fact, as AI tools automate certain repetitive coding tasks, the role of the engineer shifts toward higher-level system design, integration, validation, and strategic oversight. Engineers who understand architecture, scalability, security principles, and cost efficiency remain valuable. The long-term outlook favors engineers who expand beyond syntax. Those who learn distributed systems, performance optimization, observability, and infrastructure awareness increase their leverage. The market rewards engineers who think in systems rather than isolated functions. Positioning strategy. If your goal is to reach the upper salary bracket, focus on depth in one domain while maintaining breadth across core engineering principles. Master at least one backend language deeply. Understand data structures and algorithms beyond interview preparation. Learn how to debug complex production issues under pressure. Another positioning advantage in 2026 is domain specialization. Engineers who combine software skills with industry knowledge in finance, healthcare, cybersecurity, or infrastructure often move faster into higher compensation brackets. Technical depth combined with contextual understanding increases decision-making authority. That authority translates into higher salary ceilings. In practical terms, this means that choosing a domain intentionally can be as important as choosing a programming language. Engineers who understand regulatory constraints, security requirements, or performance sensitivity in a given sector become harder to replace. Scarcity increases value. Value increases compensation leverage, risk, and resilience. Software engineering is more resilient than many niche technical roles because it underpins digital infrastructure. However, layoffs and restructuring can affect even large companies. The most resilient engineers are those with transferable skills across industries and technology stacks. Versatility reduces career risk. Engineers who adapt to new frameworks, collaborate across teams, and continuously update their knowledge base remain employable even during market contractions. Resilience is not about avoiding downturns. It is about remaining relevant during them. Final verdict. Software engineering in 2026 can absolutely reach $165,000 and beyond. But that outcome reflects experience, consistent execution, and strategic positioning. Entry is competitive. Mid-level progression requires proof. Senior compensation demands measurable impact. The salary potential is real. The competition is real. The path is demanding. If you build durable skills, expand your systems thinking, and deliver consistent value, software engineering remains one of the most stable and financially rewarding careers in technology today.